Hello guys, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to break down what high killers do differently to win in PUBG Mobile. Ever wonder why some PUBG Mobile players consistently drop high kills and still win, while others have good aim but only end up with decent KD averages? It's not reaction time, it's not sensitivity, and it's definitely not luck. High killers players don't play faster, and most of the time, they don't even shoot better. What they do differently is how they think when they fight and how they control the map. By the end of this video, you'll understand the exact strategic habits that separate consistent winners from everyone else and how you can apply them in your own matches. The biggest myth in PUBG Mobile is that high killers are just cracked aimers. In reality, once you reach high tiers, mechanical skill plateaus, most players can track, spray, and flick well enough to win fights. The real separator is decision-making under pressure. High killers are constantly evaluating risk versus reward, even during fights. They disengage more often than average players, especially when a fight no longer provides positional or informational value. Psychologically, top players manage tilt better. They don't chase revenge kills. They don't panic after getting tagged. Instead, they slow the game down when chaos increases. Every action has intent. Every push is tied to zone control, resource denial, or eliminating a future threat. They aren't asking, can I win this fight? They're asking, does this fight increase my chance to win the match? High killers don't hot drop randomly. They choose drop zones based on loot density, fight predictability, and rotation options. Data from high-ranked games shows that consistent high killers land in areas that provide early combat opportunities without trapping them in the zone. These locations usually have multiple buildings, fast loot routes, and vehicle access within a short sprint. Their looting is brutally efficient. In the first minute, they ignore non-essential attachments and focus on armor, weapons, meds, and throwables. They move through predefined loot paths instead of reacting room by room. When the first fight happens, it's rarely a fair one. They dictate the engagement by taking height, using cover, and forcing enemies to move first. Early kills aren't about flexing. They're about gaining control of space and tempo. Mid-game is where most players lose matches, even if they started strong. High killers treat rotations as a core skill, not an afterthought. They rotate early, often before the zone forces movement, reducing the chance of being gate-kept or third-partied. Their paths favor edges and terrain cover, while still moving toward high information areas where enemies are likely to rotate through. Information gathering is constant. Sound cues, open doors, missing loot, vehicle audio, and gunshot timing are all used to build a mental map of enemy locations. Grenades aren't just damage tools, they're used to force movement and confirm positions. Aggression is applied only when information is complete. High killers push when they know enemy count, angles, and escape routes. This is why their fights look clean, because they've already won the engagement before firing the first shot. In endgame circles, mechanical skill becomes secondary to utility, positioning, and composure. High killers carry more throwables than average players, often sacrificing extra ammo for grenades and smokes. Smokes are used proactively to move through zones and isolate angles, not reactively after getting shot. Grenades are timed to deny revives, clear cover, and force enemies into the open. When facing squads, high killers don't take direct 4 versus 4 fights. They isolate players by breaking lines of sight, applying pressure from multiple angles, and collapsing once a numbers advantage is created. In the final circle, movement is minimal and intentional. They let other teams fight first, conserve utility, and only commit when the zone or enemy mistakes force an opening. Most final kills happen because of patience, not aggression. To apply this to your own gameplay, start by analyzing how you die, not how many kills you get. Are you dying during rotations, over-pushing knocks, running out of utility late game? High killers improve by targeting specific weaknesses, not grinding aim endlessly. Practice disengaging from bad fights, using grenades for information, and planning rotations before the zone forces you to move. The most important change is mental. High killers don't play to look good, they play to win. Once you shift from reaction-based gameplay to decision-based gameplay, your kills increase naturally and your wins follow. High killers don't rely on luck. They rely on information, control, and discipline. If this changed how you think about PUBG Mobile, hit like, subscribe, and comment "Control" if you want the next breakdown on pro-level rotations and zone prediction. See you in the final circle.